Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you, everyone, for joining us today. My name is Urshia, and I will be your host for today's session. I am a growth partner at Metis. So, today's session is Getting Discovered, a visibility playbook for early builders. And this is a part of the stage 2 for the OpenClaw Summer Builder Bootcamp. And I'm very excited to announce that we have Sophia Lee, the COO of GOAT Network, joining us today to share her insights on how early builders can grow their visibility and get their projects discovered. Sophia leads operations at GOAT Network and works closely with ecosystem partners, builders, and community initiatives across the network. Today, she'll be sharing practical strategies on how early stage builders can increase their visibility, attract users, and get their projects discovered. So, Sophia will first take us through the presentation, and afterwards, we will have a short Q&A session so you guys will be able to get any of your questions answered. And so, without further ado, Sophia, the floor is all yours.
Thanks, Arshia. Thanks for having me. Hi, everyone. I'm Sophia. I run strategy, operations, and ecosystem at GOAT Network. Today, I'd like to share with you all how to get your project discovered at an early stage. So for today's session, here are 5 parts: build in public, channels, KOLs, early media, and GEO. Everything works with zero budget. Everything is still useful 5 years from now, whatever you end up building. So every part is separate, but also in one system. So let's dive into every part. So for the first part is build in public. Here's a mistake almost every early builder makes. They go quiet for a long time until their product is ready, then drop one big launch post, but nobody's waiting for it, right? Because nobody knows you exist. Building public flips that. You build the journey while it happens. And it's not just posting about your product, it's a structured playbook. Everyone can see the screen. There are 5 parts. Join the community, build your community, share honestly and consistently, give value for free, and then promote. So let me show you what that looks like with the real numbers. The example is Vadim. Vadim is an independent builder who started commercialized his product in early December 2025. His product is a video cutting tool. In the beginning, there's no ad budget, no marketing team, just himself and the Twitter channel. And the numbers are the last 6 months data. So currently he has 34.2k followers, but in the past 6 months he posted like 3,778 tweets and 621k likes, roughly 600 tweets a month. That's a lot, right? So probably you panic about the numbers because this is a lot. But before you panic about the numbers, let's look at the composition so you can see what you can learn and where the lessons are. When you look at the numbers, you will see the first 50.7% of his tweets are replies. He spent most of his effort talking with people, not just tagging people. He embedded himself in the built-in public community. replying, helping, making friends, getting followers, and only then introduce himself and his product. So build in public is not a broadcaster channel. It's a more like a neighborhood. You move in and say hi, and then they come to your housewarming. So for early builders, you can also find a build in public this community channel on Twitter as well. So you can have a look to all of the replying and all of the conversation and the discussion in this community. Let's look at the second point, the 85-50 rule. So 85% of his account is free value. No ask, no pitch, just some insights for posts. And only 15% is promotion. And even that is a high value call to action. Not like, please buy my product. It's more like I share how I earn money, and this is my tool, and I will share with you if you DM me. So when you are general 55% of your time, you've earned the right to sell your like 50% of the time, and the people actually listen. The third part is about his repeatable template. So his short videos have the highest retention of any format, with hook like how to use cloud and GPT to make $10,000 a month. And inside that workflow, his own tool shows up naturally as one of the steps. So the call to action is a reply, and I will send you the tool, just like I mentioned in last part. So every reply is engagement, and every engagement is reach. This formula is simple, and if you want to copy it, you can just use like someone makes this much per month. Here's the exactly method. Work through it with real value, and your product is one honest step inside it. And then reply or bookmark to get the tool. The fun fact is that Vadim is not just selling his own product; he is also selling some other products. So this formula and this template is working for every product. So it's pretty easy and effective. And at the end, you will find all of these actions feed his own community. The people who reply, who get the tool, who follow along, they end up in his own community. And that community is where his first users come from. People were, the buyers were people who'd been watching him build, who already trusted him. That's the real payoff of building public. So by the time you launch, your first users are already sitting in the room. And another two tips I'd like to share with you are sincerity and consistency. So Vadim is very upfront about his situation, no matter wins or mess, and people can tell if you are sincere or not by just reading your content. And just like I mentioned in the beginning, like 20 tweets a day, every day for long term, probably is very big number for you guys. But there was no viral moment that made Vadim. And honestly, this is the part people skip when they tell you just building public, bro. The playbook actually is very simple, but the mode is the discipline. So most people post passionately for 2 weeks in the beginning and quit. So if you simply just keep showing up, even less than Vadim post, you will outlast the 90% of all of the people just saying build it in public. So you are writing every day and you keep showing up, but where do you put all of the content? So the next part is about the channels. Before posting anywhere, I think there's one question most builders skip, So who exactly your user? Is it developers who will call your API? Is it traders, hackers, or crypto native digits? Try to say it in one sentence. My user is who, and they hang out at where. If you can't fill in the second blank, you don't know your user well enough yet, and no amount of posting will fix that. So channel choice isn't a preference; it's a conclusion that follows from your user positioning. So once you know who the user are, uh, here's a map. I'd like to go through it by user type. So if your users are developers, you can use like platform like GitHub, Hacker News, Dev2, Hashnode, Medium. So these three are for long-term format like tutorials, how to build, Stack Overflow, and technical subreddits. If your users are crypto native, so you can use you can use X. This is the kind of home base for crypto users, and for caster and for long format, you can use Miro and Paragraph. And you can also utilize the ecosystem community group like Discord and Telegram. You can use Goat, no Goat, Metis, Claw Up, LazAI, and beyond. So the tip for that is being helpful there, and the ecosystem will notice you. And if your users are consumers, so you can use these channels like Product Hunt, and the whole family of launch platforms like Beta List, Unit, Dev Hunt, like alternative to SaaS Hub. And if your product is AI product, so there's a tool like Futurepedia. And for demo clips, you can use YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and it's also everywhere else can reuse. And the two channel types that are actually across all audience. First one is a newsletter and the podcast. So you don't need your own, but if you have the opportunity to, if you can create your own, you can create your own. But if you don't have that one, just getting mentioned in someone's niche newsletter or spending 30 minutes as a podcast guest puts you in front of a trust audience, and these are earned placements. And second format is live formats, like what we are doing. So Twitter Space, Twitter live streaming building sessions. This format is a low production, high trust, and they can double as content you can clip afterwards. So now you know all of the channels, but in the beginning, you don't need to try all of them. You can try two or three and make them effective in the beginning, and then distribute the content to other platform. I can use a case to illustrate how you can utilize one channel, leverage one channel to grow your user space. So this case is a SAPA base. It's an open source Firebase or alternative. Their users are developers, so they think the developers live on Hacker News, so that's where they went deep. They posted their launches and milestones on Hacker News again and again, starting from their very first show Hacker News. We're an open source Firebase alternative, And the founder personally sat in the comments for hours answering every question, including the hosted ones. Then they invented something very clear and very clever and clear called Launch Week. Instead of dropping features out one by one, though every few months they bundle their release into a 5-day event, one announcement a day, Monday through Friday. So they kind of turned the product release into a recurring show on the exact channel where their user live. So the lesson isn't just use hack news. The lesson is their user positioning made the channel decision for them, and then they show up on that one channel with a repeatable format over and over. So one channel, it can be deliberately chosen, and it can be systematically used. So you can use this one channel to just leverage it to grow your user base. So one more thing for channels, and this is the part most builders miss entirely. So every channel we just list is rented land. Twitter can just ban your account. The Reddit, the subreddit can just change its rule, and any platforms can just change their algorithms to reduce your traffic. So on top of all these channels, you need one place you own, your own community. It can be a Discord group, a Telegram group, or a newsletter list. That's the last channel on the map. So just own your own community, and this is the most important one because it's the destination all the other feed this into. So every pieces of content should quietly point home, like join the Discord or the Telegram to try the beta, reply, and I will DM you the tool in the, or just join the group. So lots of things. I wanna say is the repeatable and efficiency rule. So basically, you can create one content and you can use the content on these different platforms. So just like I mentioned in the beginning, you can just try one, two, or just three in the beginning, and then copy all the content through the different platform. So these channels are your own channels, and your own channels reach your own followers. But how could we borrow others people's audience? The next part is the KOLs part. When people mention KOLs, they often forget there are a lot of helpful micro KOLs, and they are the engine you can run at the early stage. So your leverage is 1,000 to 10K follower accounts, like builders, researchers, and the KOLs, and the niche analysis. Their audience are small but dense. Probably is exactly your user, and they actually read their DMs. I'd like to use a Cow AI to illustrate how you can use micro influencer engine. So Cow AI is a calorie tracking app built by Zach, who started this business in high school and scaled it to roughly $30 million ARR before he turned 20. So in the beginning, he didn't use any ads agency, no brand campaigns. The method is super easy. He used hundreds of small creators on TikTok, created tons of UGC content for Cow AI. So in the beginning, he tests 3 to 5 different hooks, let the data pick the winner, and then double down. And the raw phone camera UGC that out converted the polished ads. So this is a kind of insight from the consumer apps. So if your users are consumer, you can use Twitter. You can use TikTok, Twitter, and you can find the small creators on this kind of platform, and it just treat KOL work like an engineering problem, like a small base measure and a double down, a lot like a lottery ticket on one big lamb. So it's measurable, and it can repeatable. So since you have no budget at your early stage, so your payment probably is not the cash. It can be early access, mutual shout outs, revenue share, or ready-made content. Like you can share the KOLs. I'll cut the demo clip for you. You just can post it. So small accounts say yes to this consistently. So you are not asking for a favor. You are handling the materials. And for the DM itself, the first message decides everything. If let's look at these two messages and compare. So if you are the KOL, which one you'd like to reply? I think the answer is very obvious, right? I will do the second one. So in the second message, 3 things just happened. You proved you actually read their work. You offered materials for their content, and it's very short and specific enough that yes, can just take 10 seconds to reply. The rule is always give you value before you ask, and this rule you need to remember and use it every time. And for the workflow, actually, I think you can run all of the outreach like a pipeline. So you can just use Google Sheet to record account, follower account, what did they post about, date of first touch, status like replied, posted, or ghosted, and the next follow-up day. The last column is the one that matters. So basically, most yeses come from the polite second touch a week later. So just remember, you need to retouch if they don't reply, but no reply after 2 touches. You can just move on. Never chase the people you DM. So how do you find the 10 accounts in the first place? The answer is on your timeline. Who writes replies under the big account, like the big AI agent throws, right? And who do the account you respect, follow, and retweet? Who covered projects similar to yours? So 15 minutes of manual digging beats any discovery tool at your scale. So just you use your time to search on Google and follow the people who will be interested in your project. And a warning, so since your account is a new account, so do not use DM automation tools in the beginning. So Twitter will aggressive flags automated DMs, and a new account that mass DMs will get banned. So just notice, don't use the tool in the beginning when your account is a new account. For the big KOLs, I think it's very hard for the early builders to get their attention. So there are three things you can do to make your content more worth quoting. One is craft the tweetable asset, like one 30-second demo, some usage numbers, or some insightful picture. The one thing a big account could quote tweet is 10 seconds without editing. This one is super helpful when you want to be quoted from the big account. The second point is replying with the substance. So when a big account is debating something, answer their actual questions with your real data and your real insights. Not like check out my project. That's a kind of spam when you say that under the debating. So you can see, for example, you can see we run 500 transactions through X folder 2 last week. So this content will be a contribution to the content itself instead of spam. So that's how unknown builder get discovered, and it costs nothing. And the third part is a use of official level. So in our ecosystem, you can use GOAT, Metis, LazAI, CloudUp, this official account. And you can also use other big official accounts. And all of us want to showcase builders, but just make sure you make all of the things easy for us. Tag correctly, attach a great visual, write some content for us, just to refer it, and one official retweet puts you in front of the every big KOLs who watch this ecosystem. And for later, when you have a traction and a budget, here's macro KOL management in one breath. So just engage only after you have some momentums, because KOLs amplify momentums, but they don't create it. So brief them on one page, then let them use their own voice, agree on review, disclosure, and reuse rights upfront. Yeah, so just remember to just file which KOLs can be helpful to your product, and you can reuse it and come back, rebook, and talk to them further. So for the fourth part is the earned media. I'd like to keep this one very short because then you guys are early stage. So this is a kind of just the concept. You have this vocabulary for the rest of a career, and you can use it after you have some budget or you have some data. Media comes in three buckets. Owned is what you can control, your account, your blog, your content on different platforms. Paid is what you buy. Earned is what you can't buy, like a journalist, a newsletter writer. It punches above its weight because someone with no stake choose to talk about you. Readers trust earned media more, and AI engines trust it more too. So, two ideas to take with you. First, media is a relationship business, and the sequence is the sequence is the upside of what most founders think. It's not a build, pitch, get covered. Code pitches from strangers convert at basically zero. So know the journalists in your space, be useful to them repeatedly, and become a resource, become a source. they trust, and then the coverage will find you. Journalists are just like KOLs. They wake up every day needing material. The founders who get covered are usually the ones who were helpful for a long time before they needed anything. The second part is your public content is how they find you. So reporters search Twitter when researching stories. If you've been posted real data and insights for months, you are not just a stranger pitching. You are the obvious person to quote. So at this moment, your own media becomes your earned media. There's here's a very fun example. Dak from KOI, the same founder from the KOL section. Um, he has already built the $30 million a year this business, but he didn't get any reports before he posted one tweet. So he posted that despite running a $30 million a year business, 15 university rejects him. So that one post get tens of millions of review, and then mainstream coverage everywhere, TV, news sites, all of it. You can see if you just say your business, the mainstream coverage don't care about it. They just care about the story, and so the press didn't find him through a pitch. They find him through a post. Just like I mentioned, your own media can become your earned media. So this is the concept you should know. Just like I mentioned, you don't need this part at your early stage, but when you do it, you just remember start the relationship or the conversations before the day you need them, because the day you need coverage is the worst day to introduce yourself to them. Okay, so all of the channels we introduce, and who else reads what the third parties say about you, not just humans. At this currently AI also read all the content you post, and third parties read too. So our last part is the GO. GO is generative engine optimization. Simple idea. So when someone asks ChatGPT or Cloud a question, you are in the answer. So it's the SEO of AI era, and you are actually very early at this era. So the flywheel works like this: you publish real content, third parties mention you, AI knows to trust you, and then free distribution. Citations compound a lot at GEO. So the builders who get indexed first on the default answered. So what decide whether AI cite you or not? There are three layers: content, entity, and tools. For the first layer, the content format, it takes 30 to 40%. AI doesn't read, it just extracts your content. So before writing anything, write your prompts, 10 plus questions where you want to be the answer. You can prod the prompts from your business, your competitors, keywords, and what people actually search, and the content follows the prompts. Then make all of the content extractable, and 4 rules for them. First one is answer first. I know a lot of builders, when they write content, they always write, the background, the context. But the first two sentences of any page should lift straight into an AI answer. So this is very helpful for the GO. And second part is FAQ ship. So even though AI can extract all of the content from different platforms, but AI answers are just AI answers. So put the exact questions on your site, and AI can find all of the FAQ. And this one is also for Hellman to read. And third part is about the structure. So all of the structured content, like the list, tables, steps, some graphs, insightful, very insightful graphs can also be read. So structured content is the best. And the status with sources, quotes from the named voice. This is very important because this one is measured by AI. It's not just a vibe. So these are 4 rules you can use for your content format. And there's a case. The original Princeton GO study made controlled edits to the web content, adding citations, statistics, and quotation. This all of the actions lift the visibility in AI answers by up to 40%. So keywords at this moment doesn't work anymore. The machines rewards exactly what a good editor rewards. So just remember these 4 rules, and you can let your content fit to the AI. Layer 2 is the entity and authority. It also takes 30 to 40%, and this one is the hardest one to fake. 3 things: consistency. So on different platforms, different docs, just use a identical name, identity one layer. So every mismatch will kind of reduce the model's confidence that you are one entity. Third party mention is also very important. Just like we talk about every KOL post media mention, different platforms, content. All of this is a trust vote. This is why today's whole session is one system. And the third party mentions, I'd like to emphasize one channel, Reddit. So Reddit works very well for GO, but just remember, you give your value first and then promote your project. So it's very hard to control. So if you promote yourself and your product under some subreddit, you probably will get abandoned. So just give value first and then promote. And the third part is about the credible surface, like a GitHub, the platforms we mentioned, like the AI tools, the Futurepedia, some ecosystem docs. So being described correctly there can beat 10 posts on your own blog. So these 3 things you need to remember when you build your entity and your authority. The layer 3 is about the technical tools. It takes 20 to 30%. I can use GOAT Network as an example to illustrate how you can use your tool. So our team showed me something called a schema data. This is a kind of a machine. It's a kind of a machine readable code hidden inside of the page. For example, if you write some schema data, when you open GOATNetwork, you couldn't see anything. But when you view the URL, use the page source, it's right there. So it can tell the machines this is an organization. Here's what it does. Here's the FAQ with exact answers. So when you write content, you can just write one article and then just create the schema data based on this one article. You can just write 4 articles or more articles based on the original content on your schema data. So it ships with the content you are already writing. It's not just a separate project. Then there are 3 quick checks, and you can also use some technical tools to check. So first one is the schema actually in your page source, and you can use the free tools to check, like Google's rich results. And second, make sure the robust TXT and not just blocking other AI bots like a GPT bot, Cloud bot, and you'd be amazed how many projects do by accident. So doc all of your docs need to be credible. So real editing, real titles, no key info inside images, and all of the thing can be readable by AI. And the third part for the check. So how do you know it's working or not? So new tool category for exactly this, like a Pika AI, is one we like and we are using, and it tracks how often AI mention you and who gets mentioned instead of you. And utterly and profound are similar too. So all of them, most of them are. Most of them they have the free trials. You can use them for free to check first, and you find out it's useful and helpful. You can just subscribe. So I think today we talk about the 5 parts: build in public channels, KOLs, earned media, and GO. And all of them are in one system instead of a separate part. So you needed to work together. And I think all of the thing you learned today, and you can use it for a long time. And some concept like the earned media is for your later of your career. All right. So the last thing I'd like to share with you is the one thing AI can't generate is people generally talking about you. You guys are already building tool and some cool stuff. So I think it's time to make some noise about it. I'm super excited about what you are building, and I can't wait to see all. Thank you.
All right, Sophia, thank you so much. That was an amazing presentation packed with so much valuable insight and practical takeaways. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably curious and have some questions after everything that you've just heard. So, we're going to move on to our Q&A session right now. So, please ask away if you have any questions. Sophia will be here to answer them right now. All right. If any of you guys have any questions, you can feel free to ask it in the uh, OpenClaw, the Goat Builder Hub, and your questions will be answered. And that brings us to the end of today's session. Sophia, thank you again for taking the time to join us and for sharing your insights with everyone today. And for all the builders, we hope that today's session gave you an actionable ideas that you can actually apply for this growth challenge. Visibility, distribution, and community engagement will all play an important role as you work to grow your projects over these upcoming weeks. And we hope today's workshop helps you on that journey. We'd also like to let everyone know that this session is part of our ongoing mentor workshop series. So we'll continue hosting live stream sessions with experienced founders, builders, and ecosystem leaders every week throughout this bootcamp. So be sure to join us for this upcoming sessions so you don't miss out on any of these workshops. Thank you again for joining us, and thank you again to Sophia, and we hope to see you all in the next workshop. And best of luck with the rest of the bootcamp.
Thank you, Arshia, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sophia.
Bye.
Bye bye.